Welcome to the Global English Guide. Hey everyone, welcome to the Global English Guide. I'm your host, Alex, and today we're talking about something many English learners struggle with, speaking without overthinking. If you've ever felt stuck, pausing a lot, or worrying while speaking English, you're not alone. Overthinking can stop you from speaking smoothly, but we've got tips to help you speak naturally and confidently.
Hi, everyone. I'm Sarah, and I'm so happy to be here with Alex. We're going to talk about how to break that mental wall that stops you from speaking English freely. We've all felt like we need to say everything perfectly, but the more we try to control every word, the harder it gets. So, today, we'll share easy tips to help you stop overthinking and start speaking like a pro.
That's right, Sarah. We'll look at why overthinking happens, how it messes with fluency, and how to speak English naturally without always thinking too much. Whether you're a beginner or intermediate learner, these ideas will help you speak with confidence. Let's get started.
Let's start by talking about overthinking. What does it mean to overthink when speaking English? It's that moment when you want to say something, but your brain starts racing. You wonder, is my grammar okay? Am I saying this word right? Suddenly, a simple chat feels like a big fight in your head. Does that sound familiar, Alex?
Oh, yes, Sarah, totally. So many learners go through this. They're so focused on being perfect that they freeze up and don't know what to say. It's like their mind is full of too many thoughts and they keep doubting every word.
Exactly. And this makes it hard to speak fluently. It causes pauses and makes conversations feel weird. The goal is to speak naturally, but overthinking blocks that. So, why does this happen?
A big reason is the fear of making mistakes. Many learners worry about being judged, so they try to speak perfectly. Another reason is the fear of not being understood, so they spend too much time picking the right words. It's normal, but it stops us from speaking freely.
So true. That fear of judgment and wanting to be perfect makes people overthink. But the more we try to avoid mistakes, the more we struggle. It's a loop. The more we think, the harder it gets.
Right. And we need to remember that everyone makes mistakes, even native speakers. The trick is to stop focusing on being perfect and just share your ideas clearly. English is a way to communicate, not a test. Let's do a quick role play to show how overthinking looks. I'll pretend to overthink while speaking. Role play starts. Overthinking. Sarah, I want to say that the park is, really pretty today, right? Role play ends.
See, Alex is trying so hard to get it right that his sentence sounds choppy. But when you stop overthinking, it sounds better. Let me show you. Role play starts. Natural. Hey, Alex, the park looks really pretty today. Role play ends.
So much smoother, right? That's what we want, to stop worrying about every little thing and just focus on the message. Let's talk about why speaking naturally is so important.
Speaking English naturally without hesitation is key for learners. When you let go of overthinking, you'll see big improvements in fluency and confidence. Alex, why do you think this matters so much?
It helps you communicate better. When you're always stopping to think, it breaks the flow of the conversation. But when you speak naturally, the chat feels smooth and fun for both you and the person you're talking to. It's like you're really having a conversation, not just trying to speak English.
Exactly. And the more you speak naturally, the more confident you'll feel. It also helps you avoid translating from your first language. Many learners think in their native language and then translate into English, but that slows you down. Speaking naturally helps you think directly in English.
So true. When you stop overthinking, you focus on the message, not the rules. And when you're more relaxed, it's easier for others to understand you, which makes conversations more fun and less stressful.
Right. English should feel like a way to connect, not a test. The more you speak naturally, the more comfortable you'll feel in English-speaking places. Plus, you'll start to sound more like a native speaker. They don't stop to think about every word, they just talk.
Now that we know why speaking naturally matters, let's talk about the mental blocks that stop us from speaking freely. Sarah, what are the biggest mental blocks for learners?
One of the biggest is the fear of making mistakes. Many learners are so scared of saying something wrong that they freeze up. They think, what if I mess up? That fear stops them from speaking fluently.
I agree. Learners get so caught up in being perfect that they forget mistakes are part of learning. Another block is the fear of being judged, like worrying about your accent or grammar, but most people are kind and patient. They care about your message, not your mistakes.
Yup. Another block is wanting to be perfect. Learners want perfect grammar and pronunciation, but trying to be perfect holds you back. Learning a language is about getting better, not being perfect.
And some learners feel pressure to sound like a native speaker. But you don't need to sound like that to be good at English. What matters is sharing your thoughts clearly. So these blocks, fear of mistakes, fear of judgment, perfectionism, and trying to sound native, are things we need to let go of.
Exactly. Once we notice these blocks, we can start to change them. Focus on getting better, not being perfect. It's okay to make mistakes or have an accent. What matters is that you're speaking and improving.
Now let's talk about how to train your brain to speak more naturally. Sarah, what's the first step?
The first step is to stop overthinking every word. One way to train your brain is by practicing speaking without trying to be perfect. Just say what's on your mind in English, even if it's not perfect.
A good way to do this is free talking practice. Set a timer for 2 minutes and talk about anything in English. Don't worry about mistakes. Just talk. It helps you get used to speaking without overthinking.
Another great trick is shadowing. Listen to someone speaking English, like in a podcast, and repeat what they say right after them. Copy their tone and speed. This helps your brain get faster at speaking naturally.
I love shadowing. Another tip is chunking, putting words together in small groups. For example, instead of thinking, I want to go to the park now, think of it as one group. I want to go to the park now. This makes your brain work faster and helps you sound natural.
And don't forget real conversations. Talk to people in English, even if it's just small talk. The more you practice in real situations, the easier it gets to speak without pausing.
Right. It's all about doing it regularly. You don't need to be perfect. The more you practice, the faster your brain will get used to speaking in English naturally.
Now let's talk about everyday things you can do to get better at speaking naturally. Alex, what are some ideas?
One easy way is to talk about what you're doing in English as you do it. For example, if you're making lunch, say, I'm cutting the bread, I'm adding cheese. It's a natural way to practice.
I love that. Another idea is describing what you see around you. If you're in a park, say, the trees are tall, the sky is blue. This helps you learn new words and feel confident describing things.
You can also listen to podcasts or videos in English while doing chores, like washing dishes. Try to repeat what you hear. It's a fun way to practice speaking and listening at the same time.
And have small chats with people around you. Like saying, "Hi, how are you?" to someone at the store. These little talks help you get comfortable with real conversations.
One last tip. Think in English. When you're alone, think about your day in English, like, what should I eat? I'll make some noodles. This helps you stop translating and think directly in English.
Great ideas! So you can practice by talking about what you're doing, describing things, listening and repeating, having small chats, and thinking in English. These little things help you get better without even noticing.
Now let's talk about the benefits of speaking without thinking. Sarah, why does this matter?
It makes you more fluent. When you're not pausing to find the right word, you speak more smoothly. It also makes you more confident because you're not worrying about mistakes.
Right. It also helps you reply faster in conversations, like at work or while traveling. Plus, you listen better because you're not stuck in your head, and that makes you a better communicator.
And when you speak naturally, you connect better with others. You sound more real. And the person you're talking to feels more comfortable. It also makes conversations more fun because you're not stressed about being perfect.
So true. So speaking without thinking makes you more fluent, confident, faster at replying, and better at connecting with others. Plus, you'll enjoy speaking English more.
That's it for today's episode on how to speak English without thinking. Alex, any last thoughts?
Just remember, speaking English naturally takes time. Don't be hard on yourself if you make mistakes. Keep talking, and over time, you'll get more confident and fluent.
Yup. Practice every day. Like talking to yourself or having small chats, the more you speak, the easier it gets. And listen to native speakers in podcasts or movies to pick up their rhythm.
If you liked today's episode, leave a comment or a thumbs up and subscribe to our channel so you don't miss any episodes of the Global English Guide.
And if you have questions or topics you'd like us to talk about, let us know in the comments. Thanks for listening. Keep practicing, stay confident, and we'll see you in the next episode.
See you next time. Bye.